Prague. A city known for its beautiful squares, narrow streets, stone bridges, and as the city of 100 spires. In recent years, it has been consistently rated as one of the top 10 holiday destinations in the world, with over 5 million visitors in 2015. Wenceslas Square, with its vibrant atmosphere and the ancient buildings and magnificent churches of Old Town Square, are amongst the most visited locations in the city, along with, of course, Charles Bridge and Prague Castle, representing virtually every architectural style of the last millennium. However, veer a little from the typical crowded tourist routes and you might discover a few places unknown to the majority of visitors and find your own oasis in this golden city. Once you've mingled with the hordes of tourists in the castle grounds, you only need to take a short walk to discover the first of our hidden gems. Nový Svět is a picturesque winding street close to Prague Castle. This whole area, also named Nový Svět, which means New World, was founded in 1320 as one of the 3 original towns in Prague. The small houses were originally home to castle workers and low-paid tradesmen. Nowadays, the houses are home to writers and artists. At the end of the street, keep an eye out for the entrance to Jelení Příkop, or Stag Moat. As is the case with Nový Svět, Stag Moat gives the impression you are far from the city centre with its trees, singing birds and other small wildlife. Wildlife of a much larger variety was a common sight here as bears roamed around the moat. Whilst the bears have long since disappeared, the bearkeeper's house is still present. While tourists enjoy their castle tour up above, you will have the opportunity to not only see the castle from a unique perspective, but also enjoy the tranquil environment of this green valley and its multiple sculptures, such as the Night Watchman, located in front of the bearkeeper's house, the monument to the victims of German occupation by Otto Rothmeier, created in 1945, and the sculpture Krakenos, the Ghost of Giant Mountains, created in 1957. To return to the castle, take a walk through this unusual pedestrian tunnel, built in 2002 and designed by Czech architect Josef Pleskot. Take the footpath up to the castle, ignoring any quizzical looks from unsuspecting tourists who may wonder where you appeared from. At the foot of the castle in Malostranska, your next stop awaits. Whilst not quite as untouched by tourists as Nový Svět and Jelení Příkop, the Wallenstein Garden is definitely worth a visit. Wallenstein Garden was probably the first palace garden in Prague. It belongs to the Wallenstein Palace. These statues are based on Greek mythological heroes and were installed in the garden in 1915, and are copies of statues by Dutch artist Adrian de Vries. The palace is now the seat of the Senate of the Czech Republic. One particularly unusual aspect of the garden is the grotto, or dripstone wall. The wall was designed to be secretive and mysterious, where elements of artificial and real living nature mingled. If you look carefully, hidden in the recesses of the wall, you might spot frogs and snakes and faces of grotesque creatures. The pond, with its numerous koi fish and quiet surroundings, instills in its visitors a sense of calmness and tranquility. That is until the peacocks appear. There are currently 2 pairs in residence and they roam the gardens freely. The island in the middle of the pond has a sculpture of Hercules, in keeping with the garden's mythological theme. A short walk or tram journey will lead you to your next attraction, which is a rather curious affair. Located in the Grand Priory Square, Malastrana, this spot was a source of irritation for the communist regime in the 1980s. The John Lennon Wall. In the past, young Czechs would write grievances on the wall, along with John Lennon-inspired graffiti and lyrics from Beatles songs. Recently, even when the wall was repainted by the local authority, on the second day it was again full of poems and flowers. As time passes and the sun begins to set, just a few steps away you will find Prague's version of a recent global phenomenon. While it's not as prominent as examples in Paris and New York, this Lovelock Bridge is still worth a visit. Good luck, however, finding an empty space if you have brought your own padlock to attach. After a long day pounding the pavement, perhaps you might want to stop for a while and find a place to sit down and relax. The Letna metronome sculpture, erected in 1991, is now mostly a scenic vista and a meeting place for young people. Its location, high above the ground and adjacent to the Vltava River, makes it a great place to survey Prague by night. During the summer, you can also enjoy a beer here. And after a day exploring some of Prague's hidden gems, it only takes a few minutes to return to the more established tourist zones. Back to the food kiosks, souvenir stores and tour guides. Back to the crowds.